In this video, we're going to look at the atomic radii, or sizes, of atoms. So we've seen that an atom, the nucleus of atoms, is very small, and most of the space is empty, filled by electrons. And when we talk about how big are these quantum mechanical orbitals, we have different ways of talking about them. We can talk about the van der Waals radius, which is the non-bonding radius, shown here for krypton, or the covalent radius, the radius of the atom when it's bonded to something. So we just have different ways of talking about the radius. And when we think about the radius, we're going to look at the trends with the periodic table. And we're going to talk about bonding radii just to be consistent for this. And generally, as you go from left to right on the periodic table, your atoms get smaller. And the reason for this is if we think about valence electrons, when we go from left to right, we're adding more valence electrons and our nucleus is becoming more and more positive. However, our inner shell electrons aren't increasing. So our effective nuclear charge is increasing as we go from left to right. So our valence shell electrons are able to become closer and closer to the nucleus, making them smaller. And as you go down a group, as you go from top to bottom, atomic radius increases because you add more valence shells. So you're just adding more shells to the outside of your atom, making your atom bigger. Now when we think of the atomic radius and quantum mechanics, again, like I said in the previous slide, it has to do with orbitals. As we move down the periodic table, we add more orbitals, making our atom bigger. As we go from left to right, we're adding more electrons in the same shell, and we are increasing our nucleus. Therefore, our atoms are being held, our electrons are being held tighter, which decreases the radius. So from left to right, radius decreases. From up to down, radius increases. Now that was just for atoms. When we talk about ions, we have different trends. And just as a reminder, cations are positive, anions are negative. And when